Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the part 2 of the chapter crop production and management. In last class we have discussed our chapter till this part. So let us continue. According there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. Yes, there are so many types of crops that we use in our daily life. For example, wheat, rice, barley, and so many things. Despite this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. There are two types of cropping patterns. One is Kharif and another is Rabi. So, Kharif crops and Rabi crops. The crops which are sown in rainy season are called Kharif crops. Mostly we have the rainy season almost between this June and to September. June is to be considered as low rainfall. In July and August we get some rainfall in our country. So, Kharif crops and Rabi crops. Kharif are those crops which are sown in rainy season. The rainy season in India be generally from June to September, as we know it very from first class. We have discussed it that the monsoon season is from between June to September in India. Paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and cotton are Kharif crops. So the examples of Kharif crops are paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, and cotton. Now Rabi crops. The crops which are grown in winter season, and winter seasons is between October to March, as we have known it, are called Rabi crops. Yes, the crops which are sown between in October and are harvested in March are called Rabi crops. For examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseed. Wheat is our daily use, gram we use in our home, pea we use, mustard is we used in as oil, and linseed we also use. Besides, these pulses and vegetables are grown during summer at many places. So during this June and March and June are considered as to be the season of summer. So beside in these 2 months there is the sowing of pulses and vegetables. In June we are not having any crop in June we simply sow the seeds of paddy, maize, and in March, April and May, in these 2 months we doesn't sow any seeds. April and May, April and May we don't put any seed in our field. So in these 2 months people used to sow pulses and vegetables. Okay. Basic practices of crop production. Now we are going to know the practices which are for crop production. So let's start. Why paddy cannot be grown in the winter season? Here is a question. Why paddy cannot be grown in winter season? So the answer of this question is the paddy cannot be grown in winter season because all the crops have their own time. So they cannot grow in the other respective times. The seeds will not grow and will be destroyed. Okay. Paddy requires a lot of water. Therefore, it is grown only in the rainy season. Yeah, correct answer. Cultivation of crops involves the... Here's the question is very useful in your exams as well as cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. Okay, this cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. You may find that these activities are similar to those carried out by a gardener. So, the practices of a gardener and a farmer. Gardener and farmer have the same practices. Gardener and farmer having the same practices because a gardener also sows seeds. He also put the plants. He also cut the trees and give them particular shape, and so on. Crop production. These activities or tasks are referred to as agricultural practices, which are listed below. First of all, preparation of soil, then sowing, then adding manure and fertilizers, then irrigation. Preparation of soil means making the soil better for the growth of the plant. Okay. Then sowing. Sowing is also a method for putting the seeds in the ground. Adding manure and fertilizers helps the plant to grow beautifully. Then irrigation means watering the plants. Protecting from weeds is from the weeds are the unwanted plants which we grow in the field. So protecting the crops, because the weeds do not allow the plants to retain the water and absorb the water and do not allow the main crop to grow. Harvesting means cutting down, and storage means keeping them with us properly. Preparation of soil. The preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop. So the first question is, the first step before growing a crop is? So our answer will be, the first step before growing a crop is preparation of soil. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the roots and loose soil and loosen it. So the important task is to turn the soil and loosen it. If any stones and other if there is any collection of soil in it, then it will be loosed with the help of plowing. This preparation of soil. The loose soil allows the root to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. Why does the loosening of soil allow the root to breathe easily? The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil. So the loosened soil which we have prepared for the growing and of crops helps the earthworm and microbes to grow in the soil. These organisms are friend of the farmers. So which organisms are the friend of farmers? Microbes and earthworms, since they further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it. But why the soil needs to be turned and loosened? You have learned in the previous classes that soil contains minerals, water, air and some living organisms. In addition, dead plants and animals get decomposed by soil organisms. In addition, when we put the addition of soil, dead plants and animals get decomposed by soil organisms. So soil organisms are which? Earthworm and microbes. So these two organisms helps in the decomposition of dead plants and animals. In this way, various nutrients in the dead organisms are released back into the soil. These nutrients are again absorbed by plants. Since only a few meters of the top layer of soil supports plants' growth, turning and loosening of soil brings the nutrient-rich soil to the top so that plant can use these nutrients. So, my dear children, turning and loosening the soil brings the nutrient-rich soil to the top so that plants can use these nutrients. For example, this is the top layer of our soil, and the nutrients are present below the soil. To maintain it properly, the nutrients which are here will grow up. and the seeds which are sown here will absorb these nutrients and will grow further. Okay. Thus, turning and loosening soil is very important for cultivation of crops. The process of loosening and turning the soil is called tilling and plowing. So, what is the another name for plowing is tilling. So, what do you mean by plowing or tilling? The process of loosening and turning the soil. Loosening and turning soil is called loosening the soil, and turning the soil is called plowing or irrigation. Plowing or tilling. Okay, done. This is done by using a plow. So plowing is done with the help of a plow. Plows are made of wood or iron. So here is a question that what helps in the process of plowing? So our answer will be plow. And when the question arises, what did the plow made of? So it is made up of wood and iron. Our plow is just of this type. It is given up here. You can see this one. This is our plow. If the soil is very dry, it may need watering before plowing. If the soil is like this, very dry, so it needs some drops of water to get it moistures. To maintain this moisture, it will need some water, and then only the growth of plant is possible. The plowed field may have big clumps of soil called crumbs. As I have already told you, there are some crumbs of soil, and when we use the process of plowing, it decreases the amount of this crumbs and make the soil loosen. Okay. It is necessary to break these crumbs. Yeah, it is very necessary. Otherwise, the plants will not get nutrients from the roots. Leveling the field is beneficial for sowing as well as for irrigation. Leveling of soil is done with the help of leveler. So, leveling is the when we do this plowing, the soil becomes this type. Okay, to maintain and make the soil straight, we use the process of leveling to maintain the level of the soil. Sometimes manure is added to the soil before tilling. Tilling means plowing. So sometimes manure is added in the soil before the process of plowing. This helps in proper mixing of manure with soil. Okay, when we use the process of plowing, this help in the maintaining the manure in the soil and mixing it properly. The soil is moistened before sowing. Okay, I hope you have understood. We have discussed 1.5 page today, and we will discuss later on in our next video. I hope you like it. Thank you.